Just saying, you guys can get the invasive species things, but okay, ladies and gentlemen, we have a very interesting presenter this evening. This woman is the OG of St. Augustine Pachaccha. Every single person that is here tonight is here because of this woman standing on my left. This woman right here is the founder, the starter, the energy, the everything of why we are here this evening. And look, folks, look around. It's cold. It's like a well digger's ass in Ireland, freaking cold. And we are all out here, and we are here because community matters. And this is what makes St. Augustine different than most places. This right here. And this woman right here is the reason for this right here. Now, folks, she is a Flagler alum, class of 2003. Okay, there's one undergraduate that year. Excellent, good stuff. She's originally from South Dakota, which of course is famous for its ocean-going... South Dakota. Her father once built a boat in South Dakota and then decided to sail it. And he did. And the whole family lived on said boat for 4 years. And I just love that you're in the middle of South Dakota and you think, do you know what? Seriously, boat. Most recently, Angie spent 8 years working for NOAA, doing all kinds of wonderful things for them on research ships. She spoke about that at a Pachaccha 7,000 years ago. She currently works remotely helping mariners apply for their captain's license. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Angie Fay, and this is racing.
I got into sailing young. My dad had salt water in his veins, and he passed it on to me. Every job I've had since I was 17 has been water-related. And after coming to St. Augustine, I was lucky enough to get into the yacht racing world. So it can be confusing, so let's talk about what sailing is. So figure out where you want to go. Whichever way that is, do not point the boat in that direction. Aim the boat in some other direction. Trust me, this is the way we do it. There are a daunting amount of lines on a sailboat, but each one has a specific purpose and name. Well, actually, they can have lots of names. So you might be asked to grab that lazy sheet, grab that spinnaker sheet, grab the starboard sheet, grab the green sheet, just grab that fucking sheet, would you? I'm lucky enough to race on 2 beautiful red boats here. The one on the left is Rockstar. It's a 37-foot CNC. She's almost 20 years old, and she is an upwind machine. Fireball is only 5 feet shorter, but it's a totally different experience. So let's talk about the typical crew on Rockstar. It's usually 6 to 8 people, and each position has specific duties, and when we work well together as a team, we can make the boat go fast. I'll walk you through some positions on board. We'll start at the pointy end. You'll find the bowman, or the bow person, up at the front of the boat. They spend their time preparing for spinnaker hoists, jibes, and drops. The sail needs to not get tangled and be able to fly free, which is not an easy job. It's fast-paced, and it requires balance and agility. Blackford did it for us last. He did a great job. Next up is the squirrel or sewer. And this is kind of added on to another job, but you do not want this job if you get seasick. It's often hot and stuffy, and you're in the bow, so it's rolling around, and you're working to get a 1,600 square foot sail, bigger than my apartment, into a 2 foot by 2 foot square hole in about 6 to 8 seconds. Next, we got mast. The mast is the tall, pointy thing. And this person stands next to it, and their job is to assist with a fast sail hoist and help communications from the bow to the back of the boat, so we were all in sync with maneuvers. Next position aft is the pit. This is the person pulling all the strings. Not surprisingly, this is my job. I pull or release lines when it's called for, like pull out or douse the spin, and I do my best to make it happen smoothly, because if not, it does not go well. Next up, we have jib or spin trim. This can be 1 or 2 people working together. In this picture, Tim is on the left, ready to grind the winch, and the other person is easing or trimming the sail to keep the big white sail in front full of wind. When we are in strong winds, there can be a lot of load on that line. Next up, we have the navigator. This person is constantly checking wind trends, weather forecasts, and currents. They optimize how to get up the course the fastest. They also keep us out of dangerous and shallow waters. And if we're nice, they might bring us up a beer or 2. Next, going backwards, we have the main trimmer. This person is controlling the angle and the shape of the mainsail to optimize speed and performance. They work closely with the driver. We try to have someone well experienced here. They have eyes on everything, and they can tweak small things that can add up to a win. Shout out to Pettingill. And last, we have the driver. This is the person that gets all the glory when we win, or takes the fall when we don't. On Rockstar, Tim Tucker sets the pace and he motivates the crew. He's constantly looking at everything to decide what our strategy is and how we will sail better and faster than our competition. And if we all work well as a team together and with favorable conditions and a little luck, we can win. In 2019, Rockstar won first in class and first overall in the Nassau Cup. It was a sporty race, and Tim got puked on, but pretty early in the race, but thankfully we won, so he kind of forgot about that with the victory. So Fireball has all the same duties as Rockstar, but with fewer people. There's only room for 3 to 4 people, so everyone takes on more duties. As you can see, I try to delegate those duties and keep my work to a minimum. So what is so fun about sailing? It's incredibly empowering to harness the wind and make a vessel go by adjusting its sails. The sound of the water, the salt air, the night sky offshore. Now add in a team and try to do it better and faster than the others. Now that's what I'm talking about. What's not to love? So next up is our exhausted crew after a 23-hour race from Fort Lauderdale to Key West. This happened just a couple weeks ago. A beer never tasted so good at 7:30 in the morning. After working together as a team all day and all through the night, we're dog-tired, wet, uncomfortable. It creates a strong bond. We have to trust each other, sometimes for survival out there. We're all striving for a common goal. Sometimes things can get tense on board when things go wrong, and we all have to work quickly and as a team to get back to racing strong. Even when we have little tips on board, like when I say, "I know my job," and Reggie says, "I know what I'm doing." We quickly recover, and we have a lot of shenanigans on and off the course, because our captain and fearless leader does not put himself above the crew. We have open discussion about how we did and how we can improve as a team. We also try to keep screaming and name-calling to a minimum. Racing takes a crew that you can trust and depend on. We've learned a lot over the years, and we've had a lot of fun. I'm very, very lucky to do what I love with the person that I love, who is just as passionate about it as I am, probably more so. Thank you.
All right, folks.